class, welcome to your home learning for Tuesday. So we're going to start off as always with our phonics, so pause the video, whiz through our speed sounds and see if you can do some out of order. Then we've got our tricky words for this week, so let's have a look at some of those and go through our tricky words. So we're going to start off with the word move, M-O-V-E, move, and we had a little family of words. Then we had prove, P-R-O-V-E, prove, improve, and we have to remember that's got im at the beginning, improve, I-M-P-R-O-V-E, improve, and our last word, parents, P-A-R-E-N-T-S, parents. Okay, so those are our tricky words for this week. Have a go, try to remember the patterns and how to spell them. This week we are revising the long I sound. Yesterday we looked at the IGH, that vowel trigraph, which comes in the middle of words. Today we are looking at the split vowel digraph. So the I and the E are really good friends, but they've been split up by a naughty consonant. So instead of making the it sound, it starts to make the long I sound. The split vowel digraph will be found on phase 5 of phonics play, so you can play some activities on there. On your sheet you have got some words with that long I sound in them, so you can use those to read, have a go at spelling some words. Maybe you can make your own phonics game if you wanted to. You've got spelling shed, so you've got activities on spelling shed. You have got spellings for all of the long I sounds, and you've also got our tricky words activities on there. Guided reading, remember we're thinking about clarity, how we can explain what we know. So you're telling somebody what has happened in what you've read, basing it on what you know. So what has happened? So write the pairs of numbers which make 7. If I was you, you might want to pause the video, have a little go at jotting them down, and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, so pairs of numbers which make 7. Call them out for me when you've got some. 3 and 4, well done. 3 and 4, or 4 and 3, they make 7. Oh, 2 and 5, good one. 2 and 5 make 7, so do 5 and 2, well done. We've got 1 and 6, well done. And again, we can reverse that, 6 and 1, same numbers. And 0 and 7, or 7 and 0. Well done, those are the pairs of numbers which make 7. So, carrying on today with our work on fractions. So we are thinking about this fraction, which says a half, well done. A quarter, well done. And a third. So the numbers at the bottom are what we call the denominators, and they are what we split the whole thing into. Then the number at the top tells us how many of those parts we want. So a half, when we look at a half, we can see we're going to split it into 2, and I want one of those to be a half. Quarters, if I've got my pizza, I'm going to split it into 4, and I want one of those, so that's 1 quarter. And 1/3, this was a bit tricky, I don't know how you got on with the shapes yesterday. I've got to split my circle into 3, and I want one of those, that's my third. So those are fractions. Today we're thinking about fractions of numbers, okay? And as we know, like with division, when we're splitting into fractions, our answers need to be equal, okay? So, what we're thinking about today, if we were thinking about halving, what I'd like to see in your books is half of. Now, be careful, you need to pick an even number here, don't go too big. We'll say half of 8 is. Now, how we would tend to work this out is I tend to think of a pizza, just because they're quite handy for splitting into most of the fractions we need. Because I want half, I'm going to split my pizza into 2 halves. And I'm going to imagine that I'm splitting some topping onto my pizza, maybe some pepperoni. So I've got 8 pieces of pepperoni, and we both need to make sure that I've got the same amount on each side. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I know it needs to be equal. So I can see that 1/2 of 8 is 4. Okay? And again, with quarters, if I say I want to do 1/4 of 12 is, and again, I'd stick with the same image. I think of a pizza. Now, I'm doing quarters this time, so I'm going to split my pizza, you're right, into 4 pieces. Okay, I'm going to split it into 4. I've got 12 bits of pepperoni this time, but I've got to share them out so I've got an equal number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can see that 1/4 of 12 is 3. So this bit here is 1/4, and that's the answer that I need. And I can do the same for thirds. So 1/3 of, I can use 12 again, won't be the same answer though. So let's have a look. Draw my pizza. I'm going to split it into 3. I've got 12 bits of pepperoni again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm making sure it's equal, and then I want one of these because I'm doing 1/3. That pepperoni looks a bit strange on there, doesn't it? And so I've got one of those, and in there I've got 4 pieces of pepperoni. So have a go at dividing those numbers up. It's a good idea to use a diagram to help you work those things out, okay? So have a go at those. So today I've put a link on the website which takes you to the story of the Chinese New Year. I'd like you to listen to the story. Whilst you're listening to the story, complete a story map. Again, with a story map, we're just drawing pictures that tell the story. You might want to put the name of those animals in. The story of the Chinese New Year explains how the order of the animals was sorted out. Okay, so have a go through and draw the pictures on so that you've got a story map, because tomorrow and Thursday we're going to be writing that story. And then we've got our handwriting for this afternoon. So have a great day, and I'll see you this afternoon. Bye for now.